and I will see you in the new year with hot kill team action. I'm really excited for it, because even though I have just begun collecting Star Wars Legion as well, I'm really enjoying Kill Team. It's being a really good game at the moment. I don't know how you guys are feeling about it, but I'm having good fun playing the game. A year and a half, more than a year and a half after it released. Hello everybody, it's Glass Half Dead here. Glass Half Dead on Christmas Eve, and my one concession to Christmas is this candle. Yep. It's a lovely red apple wreath, so if you've got one of these bad boys lying around, spark it up, lads. Let's get Christmassy in this bitch. I'm not very festive. If you couldn't tell, you know, my general lack of emotion extends to Christmas. It does smell lovely though. I would highly recommend it as a year-round scent. This isn't a candle review show. What is this? Thank you for asking. This is a Glass Half Dead. I've probably titled it Channel Update or something, but it's not really a channel update. I'm just going to ramble about Kill Team for a little bit. Things that are coming up that don't have anything to do with my channel. Obviously, they're just Kill Team. And then a few little things about me, what I'm doing. You know, the LGT, where I think I'm going with that. Because very, very soon, I'm going to be releasing the rules pack. But it's got to... I'll get to that when I get to that. So, you know, today is a Monday. And today was supposed to be a Michael T. Holy interview, which was recorded like 2 months ago. But I'm really slow at putting these out, because I'm only doing one a week. But from an analytics of YouTube perspective, I don't know what... it's Christmas Eve, isn't it? Monday. That sounds... No, it's not. It's close, though. It's the Christmas week. And I don't know if that's going to be really bad for views. So I figure I'll put up my one. If I get like one view, then that's fine. Hi, Mum, thanks. And at least this way, you know, Michael T. Holy's interview can come out on a regular day when people are back in the swing of work. And so, whatever. I just don't want to cut Michael too hard on this one. So I'm putting out my thing. Cool. What's coming up in Kill Team this year? We don't really know. We've got some interesting things. So in January, there's LVO. That's exciting. In February, there's the Prague Open. In March, I know that the Kiev guys are doing something. Then I think we actually finally get a month off of the huge international tournaments. And we've got... Then in the end of June, we've got the LGT. We've then got, I think, Slaughter Zone's coming up. I want to say August. So we've got some... We're going to have some really busy months, actually, which is awesome for Kill Team, obviously. Certainly in the local London meta, I believe we're having like a big tournament a month. We're kind of cycling, rotating between 3 or 4 different venues every month. So that's really cool. Means that each venue gets to kind of put its full marketing weight behind each tournament, which is great. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, busy times for Kill Team. Damn, I don't have enough time. Really exciting. We've just heard kind of the leak for White Dwarf in January is that Kill Team is getting dispositions. I'm not going to talk too long about this, but dispositions, much like Red Gobbo, I'm sure, are going to be almost 100% narrative. And that's great, you know, cool. However, guys, if you're playing narrative Kill Team, just do whatever the fuck you want. Do not wait for Games Workshop to tell you, to give you the thumbs up that you are allowed to do this. Of course, you can do anything you want. Like, genuinely, if you want to play, if you're not trying to play a hardcore competitive version of Kill Team, do literally anything. Like, you know, in the annual, which I've got here, right? In the annual, you now have all of these missions. You have so much to work with. Just go nuts, I say. Also, Kill Team isn't very good when it comes to campaigns. So take other campaign systems. Even if you're die-hard G-Dubs fan, look at Necromunda, look at Warcry. Those are both significantly better systems. Check them out. If you know Warcry, the way it works is every, I think, 4 missions, there's a convergence, which is basically a specific mission you have to play. I highly recommend, if you're going to do that, then each of those 4 missions should be a big event. Make it an event mission. If you're against Tyranids, maybe let the Tyranids bring a Carnifex. Something like that. You don't need to know the stats for a Kill Team Carnifex. Just go look at the 40k stats, use that, boom. That's a great fun event mission. Go nuts. Don't wait for GW to tell you it's okay. GW is not very good at this kind of stuff. We are probably better than them. Do whatever you want. Cool. Hope that wasn't too much of a tangent there, because I didn't mean to talk about. I didn't mean to talk about any of that. Yeah, dispositions. They're going to be narrative. What's up next? Oh, so the LGT. I'm going to be releasing my LGT pack soon. It's going to be a beta version that gets released. It's definitely not the final one. The one that's going to get released as the beta version is basically Slaughter Zone, done by Kill Team Stream, which is also quite similar to the LVO pack. You know, we've all moved to this new secondary format, which is, for those of you that don't know, I've called it kill hold or hold kill, whatever, but it's you get one VP if you hold one objective, and you get another VP if you hold more objectives than your opponent. You also get one VP if you kill one enemy model, and you also get one VP if you kill more enemy models than your opponent kills of your models. Cool. So you have the potential to get 4 VPs each turn, which also increases the maximum amount of VP you can score in a mission to, is it 21? As opposed to the current 18. So that's cool. That's cool. Don't really know. That's going to have a big effect. However, my current thoughts for the LGT pack are, what I'm actually going to do is modify that slightly. So that it's, you get one VP. Oh, but please don't crucify me in the comments. Thanks. You get one VP. You get one VP for holding 2 objectives. You get one VP for holding more objectives than your opponent, or you get one VP for killing more enemy models than your opponent kills of yours. There. Sticking at 3 objectives as primaries, as opposed to 4 that the LVO and Slaughter Zone are moving up to. I think that's interesting. My main fear, the reason I'm thinking of that is because I don't think it's good that a single model or a single action can get you multiple VP. That's probably bad design. I haven't thought that through. I need to think it through more, and then I need to playtest it. But basically, I don't have enough time to actually playtest something right this second. Oh, I'm terrified of Custodes. Yeah, I think Custodes are a bad team. Not by which I mean they're too good in the new format, because they can be practically guaranteed 3 VP a turn. I think they're too strong. And having a strong team's fine. There's no issues with that. I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to happen in any format you put out. There will naturally be a winner and a loser. Cool. But I think Custodes should not be a team that is good to play, because it means people will actually play them. And Custodes aren't fun to play, because nothing happens. Your models die, theirs don't, and that's about it. Which, if that happens and you as the dying player, the non-Custodes player, still wins, then it's like, well, okay, that wasn't very fun, but I won, so I guess I'm okay with it. I hope that doesn't happen again, though. Then it's fine. Under the new format, Custodes just win. That's boring. However, I am slightly concerned for Genestealer cults, because, okay, so every other faction has the ability to take a Terminator style model, right? Something that is more durable, more resilient than their regular guys. You know, the Guard could take Bullgrins, Ogrins, etc. Terminators for all the Space Marine factions or the Power Armor factions. Obviously, some guys get screwed. Mainly the non-core book guys. That's the elites. No, I have all my books here. The annual has the guys that get screwed. So the additional factions like Demons, Kroot, Sisters don't really have anything that can compete at that level, which is a bit of a shame. Oh well. But that's where the secondaries come in and balance it out a bit, I feel. So yeah, and just the natural move to only needing to be holding 2 objectives or more, as opposed to 1-2 more, and having objectives be the only primary does naturally remove the stress that you might feel to run a horde. That's the dream. But of course, available secondaries are also going to factor into that. I know that LVO is doing... Wow, I'm just rambling, aren't I? I know that LVO is doing open secondaries, so you can pick from all 18. I say I know it is. I should probably double check that, but I believe they are. You can pick from all 18. I don't really like that. Which is really interesting, because I know that I've spoken to Alex, and last time we spoke, he'd changed his mind. So it's interesting that it's gone back to the open. I know that Slaughter Zone's doing it in a kind of roll-off on the table way. I haven't looked at all of the different potential roles you can have to see if any of them are a bit janky. I'm almost certainly going to do closed objectives for LGT. So similar to how Annihilation works, where you pick a mission, and then on that mission, you're given deployment, primary, and you can pick from these 6 secondary objectives. I think that's probably the best way of doing it. Though a little bit more work, as I have to figure out specifically what works with what. I don't know. The other thing I'm going to be playing around with are deployment zones. So definitely on some of the maps, I want them to have... You have the option of deploying in different deployment zones. So, for example, each deployment zone will be, the 4 corners of the map, and the blue deployment zone will be alternating corners, and the red deployment zone will be the other 2 alternating corners. So you could either, castle up, put all your guys into one small corner, or you can spread them out across the 2. I think that's fun. Well, I've rambled a lot here. Was there anything else I wanted to cover? I suppose the only other thing I should mention is that I am slowly building up to this kind of stuff here, where I do have more cameras, and I am soon... So the reason this is interesting and important is that this is just a regular webcam, whereas this is some ridiculous thing that I'm borrowing from work and isn't mine. And so soon I'm going to be able to stream with potentially 3 cameras. So this camera, and then another one that I haven't set up. And I'm hoping to get them all into, connect to a laptop, at which point I will be able to have a really quite decent looking setup. The main camera might be this one. Then the dice box camera might be this one. And then an alternate angle would also be this identical webcam here. Which I'm really excited for, because I do want to do that. I do want to get things streaming properly, so that's pretty cool. It's just happening very slowly, that's all. And, me going forwards into the new year, I want to... Drukhari. Yeah. I'm currently building a little Drukhari army faction. You need a lot of models for Drukhari, though, because you need everything. And I think because of the way the Drukhari sub-factions work, they're a really interesting one to build and try and theory craft a list for, because what actually works, are you going to soup it? I don't think soup is the way to go, I'm going to be honest, but I know some people do. Or are you going to go all rack spam? Well, you can, but is that actually the best? And especially, is that the best in the new format where getting kills matters, and racks aren't brilliant at getting kills, Cabalite Warriors, obviously you take them purely for a Dark Lance and a Blaster, and then it's well, okay, those are great, but am I really ignoring racks and witches just for 2 guns? I don't know, and then witches are actually really killy if you give it, but then you're taking them purely for the 3 witch fighters with the Charlotte and Impaler, because that's a damage too. And it's wow, I don't know, there's a lot of options there. However, I do think I was talking to somebody in my Discord, and they were saying that they were going to run... I actually really don't like having 2 cameras turned on at the same time. But whatever, life is terrible, so I'll get used to it. they were going to run like an all Mandrake list, and I actually think that has merit. I think I shot back to him because I've already made multiple rosters. One of them is an all Merc list, Mercenaries, and it was all so Night Fiend leader, bunch of Mandrakes, one Clavex. There you go. Probably take the Clavex as a veteran, so you can get him up the board ASAP, get him into combat. You don't really want him to be out of combat. He needs to get killing. All your Mandrakes can do whatever their designated role is. You'll probably take a Combat and a Zealot. 3 of them can be dropped turn 1 into the enemy backfield, and everybody else can hang back, take advantage of their extra -1 to hit roll, and their guns aren't brilliant, but whatever, they're fine. Yeah, I think that actually has a lot of legs. They're going to be really tough to hit, although if you do get hit, well, they are T4, are they? I'm going to have to check that. And then the other faction I'm interested in is, as I've mentioned them earlier today, in this... Wow, am I talking for this long? Fuck me. Right, so Genestealer cults. I think Genestealer cults kind of get screwed. Yes, Aberrants are tough. I genuinely think Aberrants should have had the 5-up invuln save. They have the 5-up invuln save in Big 40k. I don't know why they don't have it in Kill Team. I think that's really weird. Yeah, that's a huge negative for Aberrants there. But I want to make Genestealer cults work in the new format that everybody's running, where kills matter, which is gonna be tough for Genestealer cults, I think. Not that they were exactly running away with things in the old format, and they probably had a stronger chance of that happening in the old format anyway, so I don't know. Anything else? Oh, my merch. I plan to redo my merch. This design will still be available because I just think it looks cute. I don't expect anyone to buy it, but I can buy it from my own shop. So yeah, it's for me, basically. This is going to be available. But I'm also going to do, I don't have it with me, my other version where it was just the Glass Half Dead logo just there. Oh, for those of you who don't know, this does have the Glass Half Dead logo on the back. But I just have it, a small one there, a little bit classier. Although, considering that everybody was asking to have this design in a round-necked t-shirt, clearly class isn't an issue for the Kill Team community. But what can you do? I think that's everything. Yeah, is there anything else to talk about for Kill Team? Oh, some people have asked me, do they think that Kill Team is done? My official answer, with zero actual knowledge, let's be clear on that, is that I think Kill Team is done from a competitive standpoint. I believe we're going to get articles in every White Dwarf, and they're going to be open play, match play only. They won't be competitive. Open play and narrative, sorry. I don't think we're getting anything else for competitive because GW has made it exceptionally clear that the only competitive format is Arena at 100 points. And fuck you if you think otherwise. Because fuck GW, basically. Ooh, I probably shouldn't start the video with that. I'll take that bit out. But yeah, I think GW's made that pretty clear, so they've kind of washing their hands of that. We might get more in perhaps more Blackstone Fortress updates. We might get another team released. I don't know what we get. Is there anything that hasn't been released for Kill Team? Basically, what I'm saying is I don't think we're going to get another Elites expansion. Like, I don't think we're getting fast attack, heavy support, whatever. I don't think that's the way it should go. I spoke earlier saying that we should, run a card effects in your Kill Team for an event mission. And yeah, we can do that. That's great. Don't make that something I can take in competitive, though. I don't need it. It's fine. So I think GW is probably washing its hands of Kill Team for the next year till we get the next annual. I predict that the next annual is going to be points updates. Obviously, it's going to compile all the 12 issues of White Dwarf that we got, right? That's primarily what it's going to be. But you need more than that, so there's got to be a bit of content there for us. So I assume they will give us points updates, just to force us to buy it, really. Which is fair enough, I can't blame them for that. Yeah, as this is a whole update about me, I've also started this other channel called Endgame Sata, because when I originally started Glass Half Dead, it was not meant to be a Kill Team channel. I was excited about Kill Team, so I spoke about Kill Team a lot, but then people only started watching me for Kill Team, and if I posted anything that wasn't Kill Team, they just didn't watch it. And that felt really bad, to see small numbers when I should have had big numbers. So what I've done is I've started a new channel where I'm specifically just talking about computer game stuff, but I'm not pushing that to this channel particularly hard, partly because, well, obviously, if computer game stuff was going to work on this channel, it would have, and I would have made a second channel. So there's not nearly as much kind of cross interest as I thought there would have been. But also, I haven't posted a video that I'm actually proud of yet. I'm still very much finding my feet. Like, if you go back to the Glass Half Dead first few videos, they weren't brilliant, you know? Similar thing, I'm waiting till I've figured out what's what before I actually say, hey guys, this is good, check it out. I suppose the only other thing to kind of keep in mind is that you should like this video. That would be awesome for me. If you could subscribe, that would be cool. Thank you very much. And if you really like what's happening here, then I do have a Patreon which offers certain things at different reward levels. And soon I'm going to be making big noise about the London Grand Tournament, which is going to be, hopefully, the biggest Kill Team tournament in the world, potentially. Depends how many tickets we sell. Basically, we have enough room for it to be the biggest Kill Team tournament in the world. It all depends on early ticket sales, how many we can get, and if we don't get enough, then they kind of shrink our size and give the part of the hall to another game that is selling well. So, but there's literally no cap when we start selling tickets, so we could be 100 plus, no problem. I'm pretty excited. It's going to be my own tournament pack, which I'm having fun creating that as a concept. Yeah, it's really good. Okay, this has gone on for way too long. I should say things about Christmas as well, shouldn't I? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year. And I will see you in the new year with hot Kill Team action. I'm really excited for it, because even though I have just begun collecting Star Wars Legion as well, I'm really enjoying Kill Team. It's being a really good game at the moment. I don't know how you guys are feeling about it, but I'm having good fun playing the game. A year and a half, more than a year and a half after it released. Oh, that's the final thing I was going to say. A while back, I said that I was going to go ahead and compile an FAQ. No, that's wrong. FAQ in my Discord. There's a channel right there. Once they announced the annual, I stopped work on it because I wanted for the annual to come out so that we can add questions that the annual brings up to that, because we all knew the annual was going to bring up questions, right? Let's not kid around. So, the annual's out. I'm going to make a final push in my Discord for people to ask the questions they have about the annual, or still about the core rules, because there are still questions there, my god. Then, once that's done, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to try and rope in Beerenid to push this as well. I'm going to post it to Facebook, Reddit, etc. And I'm going to have a copy-paste in the description and the top comment of that video, which is going to have every single FAQ question. And that video is just going to be me asking people to please email GW. Yeah, just so that there's over 100 questions easily, and a lot of them are things that we've figured out for ourselves, but we don't know that's actually the way GW wants us to play it. So yeah, that's kind of the next thing. After I've done the LGT Tournament Pack, I'm then going to do this, so that we can just spam GW. And hey, GW needs to give us an FAQ at the 6-month mark after the annual's released. I imagine they're struggling at the moment to think of questions, because I'm sure internally they think that they've written a really solid, good rule set. And I think we're going to surprise them when we hit them with 100+ questions. And they're like, oh, I didn't know, we didn't write a good rule set. That is still going to happen, but it's on the back burner until after LGT Pack is done and dusted. And that is it. This has been a really long update when I didn't know what I was going to say when I started talking. So this is Glass Half Dead, Andy, if you will, if you want to be nonchalant about it, saying Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and putting this candle out is going to in some way be symbolic. I don't know what of, but it will.